What's going on, guys? This is the Dual Threat Outdoorsman team, team member Eric representing here on this video. We're going to be starting a new series of videos here sporadically throughout the next couple months. Series of mine called Top 5. Going to be going over some top 5 baits via brand and style, and also just based on the success I've had with them. So we're going to get into that today with my favorite way to catch bass, which is by throwing crankbaits. Love crankbait fishing. Anywhere from low 30s all the way up to hot 70s, 80 degree water in the summer. That's when it's muddy. A lot of conditions for that. So, and over my life, I've kind of thrown about 11 or 12 different ones over the years. 4 I kind of gave up on, sold, weren't really that effective. And then probably another 2 or 3 have remained in the box, get thrown sporadically, but not a whole lot. And then there's these 5. These 5 have been really great for me. The farther up the list goes, the more I use them. So let's get into that. Now, this isn't color-based. This is just in general brand and design ranking by me. So here we go. I'm going to start with number 5 here. This is the second smallest size, the Rick Clun 1.5, I believe, square bill. I forget the model, but I know there's only one size smaller you can throw on a spinning rod. This happens to be chartreuse blackback for only $4 or $5. I mean, this is one of the cheapest crankbaits on the market, but it does catch fish if you're on a budget, so it's good for that. Again, it's only 5 on my list, but it's still ahead of a lot of other crankbaits I've thrown over the years, square bill list. So number 5, square bill, Rick Clun 1.5, I believe. Next, a newer entry to the list. This crankbait's been around for a while. I've only thrown it for about 2 years, and this is called the Sqaure Little John. Now, of these 5 crankbaits on this list, this is by far the best one for cold water. As you can see, it's a flat-sided crankbait, which is a tighter wobble, because normally the square bill you get that good erratic wobble. This has a tight wobble to it, which is great for cold water when the fish aren't as aggressive. This happens to be a mustard brown, I believe. I forget the color. It's not chartreuse, but mustard brown color. Good crawfish imitation. Like I said, I've done best with this when the water's under 55. So this is a good cold water square bill, because normally I'm not throwing square bills that low of water. I'm throwing other crankbaits, which I'll get to in the next video. But number 4 on the list, Sqaure Little John. Number 3. And before I tell you number 3, this could be number 1 in 2 or 3 years because of what I'm about to talk about. And this is the 6 cent square bill, 50X. This is, I think it's the Crush series, I believe. I'll check on that. This is a lava crawl, one of the best dirty water crankbaits on the market right now with this color. But it's not just this color. I mean, if you're even up to clear water, right now these guys have the best hard bait schemes on the market of any bait company, period. And they're relatively new. They've only been around a couple years. So like I said, if I do this video again in 3 to 4 years, there's a good chance this could be number 1. Has a lot of power to move up. But a lot of success the last few years on this crankbait. So that's what we're going with next. The 6 cents 50X Crush. Number 2, a crankbait that's no longer made anymore that I bought the crap out of what I could because I've caught so many fish on it over the years, and it still is performing up to last couple years here. So next is the Rapala Clack and Crank. I wish they would have got this. Wish they would have got this, kept this on the market. I mean, this is solid, great noise. I usually don't throw this in stained dirty water. It's not really a clear water crankbait, but this here's one of their shed imitations. They have the red crawdad, which is my favorite Rapala color of all time, and hot mustard, some other good colors. But caught a lot of fish on this over the years. Just sucks that they've discontinued it, but thankfully I've stocked up. So number 2 on the list, Rapala Clack and Crank. In number 1, drumroll please, Strike King KVD 1.5 square bill. Again, It's definitely in danger of losing that number one spot to the 6 cents 50X Crush, but It is a great crankbait. This pattern, this perch pattern is actually, yellow perch is actually what I caught my biggest bass, smallmouth bass ever on, 5-pounder a couple years back. They have sexy shad, chartreuse black back, some red crayfish colors. I got a lot of great colors. Again, not quite the Pate schemes, but the performance, just great action in the water, great wobble there. Time-tested, true, made by the best fisherman to ever walk the planet. So that's number one on my list here for square-billed crankbaits. Next list you're going to see here after this is going to be my list of top 5 round bill crankbaits, which are typically a cold water crankbait. So we'll get into that next video, but that's my top 5. Honorable mention, Rapala BX Sprout. I've caught a few on that. I'm going to try to throw that more this year and see if that cracks those top 5. But so far, I'm not saying it hasn't impressed me, but I think it's a little overhyped at this point. But like I said, I'm going to throw that more this year and see if I can find some successful ways to fish that BX Sprout, because it's got a lot of press. So, and I do like Rapala. So this is Eric of the Dual Threat Outdoorsman team coming to you for a top 5 bait review video, and we'll catch you later.